After 11 years on the spiritual journey, I can finally say with deep authenticity and integrity that I have found the two things I have been looking for my whole life: freedom and peace. And this doesn't mean it's the first time I'm feeling free in my life. And this is what I really want to differentiate, distinguish, explain the nuance in feeling free versus actually finding freedom. For a long time, I would feel free, but I wouldn't have the confidence to truly say I have found freedom. And the reason I can say it today is especially because of certain shifts that have taken place in the last few months. And the feeling of freedom for me is to be fully myself and do things fully my way. And it was something I have been working on for the past 11 years. But it always felt like I was, the beginning of my journey, I was just rebelling and doing the opposite of what I had been told to do, what I was expected to do, what I should do. All of the obligations, all of the compulsions, I was just rebelling against it and doing the opposite. Until I started realizing I'm not even doing what I love. I'm literally just doing the opposite of what I should be doing, even if that should sometimes is in alignment with what I really want to do. So that's where my rebellion phase ended, and I started moving into doing more of what I wanted to do. But rebellion did not really make me free of all the obligations and compulsions. It was just rebellion. And only after dropping that did the real journey begin of understanding the obligations and compulsions and breaking free from them. And the more work I would do on them, the more free I would feel. But I did not have the confidence or the integrity to say I have found freedom, because for me, freedom meant I am fully me. And in that is where I found peace. I'll come to the peace part a bit later. I just want to focus on the freedom for a bit. There was a big cloud hanging over my head for most of my life, and I believe that this cloud hangs over all of our heads, which is constantly whispering thoughts into our head, which we believe to be our own thoughts. And these thoughts keep us realistic, these thoughts keep us practical, these thoughts keep us logical. And all three words are basically the opposite of freedom. To be practical, realistic, and logical for most people just means not to truly follow your dreams and fulfill your deepest desires. It means to settle, it means to compromise. And that's what it meant for me for a long time, and for the hundreds and hundreds of people that I've worked with. It's the same story that keeps coming up. We are all seeking freedom, we are all seeking peace, but we are too afraid to actually really go for it. We all wish for it, but to really go for it, most people are too afraid. And the people who really go for it are the ones who find greatness. They are actually experiencing a great life, and they're experiencing a very blessed life. Things go in their favor. Great things happen. Luck favors people who are bold. And that's what it really takes to break out of all of, to come out of this cloud, basically. And it's very different from rebellion. Boldness and rebellion are completely different energies. Rebellion is just doing the opposite of what is expected of you. And it's a very immature energy. And it's not a judgment. If you still have rebellion in you, it's not a judgment, because I spent most of my life in that energy. And I get it. And it feels like the only way. to feel freedom, but it's a very cheap freedom and it's a very untrue freedom. It's not real freedom at all because you're completely bound by the obligations, which is why there is this compulsion to rebel. The rebellion is just a reaction, it's not truly a free action. It's not an action that's born out of pure inspiration. It's born out of a reaction to the weight, the crushing weight of obligations that come from all directions in society, culture, family, the world. Basically, it's just this crushing force of obligations of who we should be, what we should do, what is right, what is good. If you want to be good people and do the right thing, there's a million rules which all contradict each other. And if you want to please everyone, you just end up in a hellish prison. And then you want to break out of the prison to feel free. And so you break the rules and you're being bad and you're being wrong just to feel free. And that's not real freedom. And a lot of people are indulging in this false sense of freedom, is doing things that hurt themselves. I was doing this for such a long time, just doing things that were hurting me. And in that, there was a freedom. Yes, I have the freedom to hurt myself. Even if that is bad for me, it's wrong, whatever it is, I have the freedom to hurt myself. And that makes me feel free. It makes me feel more free than just following all the rules. To be good and be right and be validated, even when I'm not even seeking the validation. And the freedom I'm talking about, it's it's just born out of pure inspiration, where who you are being and what you're doing is so pure. It's so it's so free of any attachment to anything that's right or good or logical or realistic or practical or any of these terms which basically are meant to keep us in line, which are meant to keep us in a box. And in this freedom, it's not about not having boundaries. It's not about going to the extremes, which is what, again, a lot of people do to experience freedom. I have been an adrenaline junkie. I have been the one who's constantly pushing the boundaries, having no boundaries. And in that, also, there was no freedom. Because when there are no boundaries, it's not actual freedom. You can feel free in this very superficial way, but freedom is only experienced in contrast to something. And it's what I like to call infinity in a box, where the box is created by us. We create our own boundaries, we define ourselves. And in that definition, there's true freedom. And in that definition, we get to be truly infinite because we get to keep changing the definition, we get to keep updating and evolving the definition, which means we are completely free to be who we are and to keep changing that too. Because that is a big prison also. It's like once you say who you are, you have to be that for the rest of your life. No, you don't. That's freedom. The freedom to change your identity, the freedom to update yourself, the freedom to have different desires and have those desires evolve over time, to have your career change, to have your, like, to literally be someone different from the inside out, to go from being someone who's stoic and serious to someone who's truly having fun and enjoying life, to go from someone who's neutral and very calm and peaceful to someone who's adventurous and the life of the party. And these two people can exist in the same time also. It's like you can literally day and night be two completely different people. You can have it in different phases of your life. can be any configuration, but that is freedom. It's when you're truly just being you all the time. For me, that's how I define freedom, and it's not at the cost of hurting myself. It's not compromising. It's not hurting anyone else. It's in true alignment with myself. It's in true alignment with the divine. It's when everything is just in harmony. And I feel like that is the feeling of peace, which we are all seeking at some level. We all want to experience peace, but we have this very distorted idea of peace. Our idea of peace is when nothing is affecting us or there is no pain. And that's not what I'm calling peace. Because to be human is to be imperfect, is to have pain. Like those things are not going away. But the peace is not in being perfect. The peace is not in having zero pain. The peace is just this relief of not having to prove yourself anymore, not having to justify yourself, not needing anyone's validation to just exist, not needing anyone's validation to feel good about yourself, to be happy, to feel like you are a good person, to feel that you are on the right side of life, even if it doesn't look like that. It's like that for me is the feeling of peace that I'm talking about. It's just this quiet in the mind, this calmness in the mind where you're not constantly wondering what that person thought about you. Do they like you? Are they going to choose you? Are you good enough? What can you do to prove yourself? It's like when you just stop playing those games completely. And it's not even like you're playing those games and you're constantly telling yourself, I should not play that game. It's like you just stop. It's gone from your system. It's erased from the system completely. And I can tell you, I was trying this for 8 to 9 years. In the first 8 to 9 years when I was in my apprenticeship, I was trying to find this freedom and peace. And I couldn't. And I could have just gone on the same track for the rest of my life and I wouldn't have found freedom and peace in trying to heal myself and fix myself because I'm broken, because there's something wrong with me, and just constantly digging for peace and for freedom. In the last 2 years, I found it. And that was found in just being me and realizing that there's nothing wrong with me. I'm not broken. And I was never broken. And I'm truly just fine the way I am today and every single day. And from this place of being fine and being whole and being complete and just truly loving myself and loving being myself, loving the experience of who I am, I can expand that infinitely and I can change that from a completely different place of today I want to be someone different. Not because there's something wrong with me and I need to prove something. It's just like today I just feel this energy of let's try something different, let's do something different, let's be someone different. Let's like this almost like this actor in a movie, and it's the movie of my own life and I just get to be the director, be the actor, be the storyteller, and just create my movie and try out different things, but in this very light fun energy. It's not this heaviness of will I be liked if I do this. It's just like today I feel like this. Maybe you can sense the energy. I'm not finding the word for it, but there's this mischievousness, this playfulness of like, let's do something different. Let's have some fun. For me, that can only come from peace. That can only come from freedom. It's so pure. It's so light. It's so yeah. Like that's the feeling. I wanted to feel the feeling. I don't want to just listen to the words and think. It's like just if you can connect and feel this. Once you can feel it, then you know what you want to amplify, what you want to connect to and feed within yourself. Like when you can connect to that playfulness within you, you can amplify it. Not from fixing the seriousness, but just like, yeah, this is what I want. Let me experiment with this. Let me play with this. Let me bring this energy out. This is what I'm going to be helping to cultivate. on the spiritual journey that I'm leading. And it's an adventure. It's an adventure into the unknown. It's an adventure of playfulness, of having fun with your life, of, yes, it's a spiritual journey, but it's a spiritual journey where you go beyond the edge of yourself and discover what's out there, what's beyond the edge of who you know yourself to be, who you think you are, what's on the edge of life. Let's discover that, but in this fun, playful, adventurous way. What's the game? What's a different game I can play? That's what I want to be leading. That's what I'm calling a spiritual journey. You may not associate it with any kind of spiritual journey you've ever been on, but this is the energy that I'm talking about, and it's going to be starting soon. The details are in the link in the description on YouTube or in any of my bio links. It's called Encounters with the Divine. It's free to begin the journey. The initiation is free. From there on out, you decide how far you want to go. And I'm very, very excited about this because this is how I've lived my life for the past 11 years in adventure mode, curiosity mode, seeing what life has in store for me. I have helped several people on this journey, but now I want to take it to a whole different level, create an experience where many of us are going on this journey together and seeing what magic unfolds. So, I would love to see you in there, especially if you're someone who's seeking freedom, someone who wants to have the freedom to be you, who wants to experience the peace of not having to prove yourself, not having to be right all the time, not having to be good in this very external, superficial way, which is seeking validation from others. Like, you want to feel good in yourself. You know that you're a good person. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. You don't need to do it to show your neighbors you're good. You know you're good. And you don't have to act in a certain way to make people believe you're good. It's like we carry all of these weights with us. And if you're ready to just drop all of this baggage and discover who you really are, when you are truly free, when you're truly at peace, and you have the freedom to really be who you are and be really anyone you want to be in a very aligned way, in a very fulfilling way, in a very fun way. If this is the energy you want to connect to, I invite you to come on this journey with me, with us. Bring your own magic into this, and let's see what unfolds. That's it for today's transmission. Yes, it's day 36, and I hope you've enjoyed this. And if you have, please give it a like, give it a share, drop a comment, send me a message, sign up for the experience, subscribe, do all the things people do on social media to help this reach more people. And I'll see you tomorrow for day 37. And I look forward to seeing you on the journey. Until tomorrow.